August's PlayStation Plus Extra lineup brings 9 games covering big-name fighters, popular action titles, niche JRPGs, and smaller indie releases. Here's a breakdown of each one so you can see what's worth your time. Mortal Kombat 1 is NetherRealm's 2023 reboot of the series, resetting the timeline again. It keeps the same brutal fighting style but adds cameo fighters, letting you call in secondary characters for assists. The story mode reimagines familiar characters in new roles, and the presentation pushes the violence to even more over-the-top levels. Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered is the upgraded version of the 2018 Insomniac hit. It runs smoother, looks sharper, and includes all the DLC. Swinging through New York is still the main appeal, but the story about Peter Parker facing classic villains is well-paced and worth finishing. Sword of the Sea comes from the art director of Journey and Abzu. You ride a hoverboard-like sword across shifting landscapes in a slow, meditative style. The gameplay is light on challenge, with simple puzzles and exploration, focusing more on visuals and music than mechanics. Earth Defense Force 6 continues the series' formula of blasting giant insects, robots, and monsters with an absurd range of weapons. The story barely matters, but the chaotic co-op and sheer volume of enemies keep it entertaining despite its rough visuals. Unicorn Overlord is Vanillaware's tactical RPG with grid-based combat and highly detailed 2D art. You lead an army across a map, recruit characters, and make story choices. Battles are long and the pace is slow, so it appeals most to players who enjoy strategic planning. Atelier Ryza 3 Alchemist of the End and The Secret Key finishes the Ryza trilogy. It expands into larger maps and a more open structure while keeping the mix of light JRPG combat and crafting. Crafting remains central to progress, so your enjoyment will depend on how much you like making gear and items. Indica is a narrative adventure set in an alternate version of Russia. You play a nun in surreal, darkly comedic situations with light platforming and puzzles. It's a short game that's more about its story and tone than deep gameplay. Harold Halibut is a claymation-style adventure set on a submerged spaceship. You explore, talk to characters, and handle small tasks. It's slow and heavy on dialogue, with the main draw being its handcrafted art and atmosphere. Coral Island is a farming and life sim with a tropical setting. You grow crops, raise animals, befriend townsfolk, and help restore the island's environment. It's similar to Stardew Valley but in 3D and with more focus on conservation. That's the full list for August. It's a mix of high-profile releases and slower niche titles. If you want fast-paced action, Mortal Kombat 1 and Earth Defense Force 6 fit the bill. If you prefer narrative or slower gameplay, Harold Halibut, Indica, or Sword of the Sea might be worth a look. The variety means there's at least something here worth trying for most players.